Bulls fans, get ready. Vucevic drops bombshells about the team's future, while trade rumors swirl around two rising stars. Is Chicago on the verge of a game-changing move? You won't want to miss this. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. Today, we're diving deep into some exciting Bulls news, including exclusive insights from Nikola Vucevic on the team's future and some intriguing trade rumors that could shake things up in the Windy City. So, let's get right into it. First up, we've got some candid comments from our very own Nikola Vucevic that are sure to get Bulls fans talking. In a recent interview with the Chicago Tribune, Vucevic opened up about his thoughts on the team's direction and his role moving forward. Let's break down what he had to say. Vucevic started by addressing the elephant in the room, the Bulls' inconsistent performance over the past couple of seasons. He didn't pull any punches, folks. Here's a quote directly from the big man himself. "Look, we all know we haven't lived up to expectations. It's been frustrating for us as players, and I'm sure it's been frustrating for the fans too. But I genuinely believe we have the talent to turn things around. It's about finding that consistency and playing to our strengths. Now, that's the kind of honesty we love to see from our veterans." Vucevic isn't sugarcoating anything, but he's also not throwing in the towel. He went on to discuss his own role on the team and how he sees it evolving. "I know I can contribute more. There have been games where I feel like I haven't been utilized to my full potential. I've had conversations with the coaching staff about expanding my role, especially in terms of facilitating from the high post. I think that's an area where we can really exploit mismatches and create opportunities for our guards." This is interesting, Bulls fans. We've seen flashes of Vucevic's passing ability, but it sounds like he's pushing for an even bigger playmaking role. Could this be the key to unlocking the Bulls' offensive potential? It's certainly food for thought. But Vucevic didn't stop there. He also touched on the team's defensive struggles, an area that's been a major concern for Bulls fans. Here's what he had to say. "Defense has to be our calling card. We've got the personnel to be a top 10 defensive team in this league, no question. It's about effort, communication, and buying into the system. I'll be the first to admit that I need to step up my own defensive presence, especially in pick-and-roll situations." It's refreshing to hear Vucevic take accountability and express a desire to improve on the defensive end. This could be a sign of a shift in mentality for the entire team. Lastly, Vucevic addressed the speculation about his future with the Bulls. With his contract situation always a topic of discussion, here's what he had to say. "I love Chicago. I love playing for this franchise and this city. My goal is to retire as a Bull, but I also understand that this is a business. All I can do is focus on playing my best basketball and helping this team win games. The rest will take care of itself." Now, let's shift gears and talk about some intriguing trade rumors that have been swirling around the Bulls organization. Multiple sources have confirmed that the front office is closely monitoring the situations of two young stars from the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green and Alperen Sengün. Let's start with Jalen Green. The athletic shooting guard has shown flashes of brilliance in Houston, but there have been rumblings of discontent. Green's playing time has been inconsistent, and some reports suggest he's frustrated with his role in the Rockets' offense. Here's what an anonymous league executive had to say about the situation. "Green's got superstar potential, no doubt about it. But the fit in Houston just hasn't been ideal. The Bulls could offer him a fresh start and a chance to be the focal point of their perimeter offense. It's definitely a situation worth watching." The idea of pairing Green with Zach LaVine in the backcourt is certainly tantalizing. Green's explosive athleticism and improving jump shot could provide the Bulls with another dynamic scoring threat. However, acquiring him would likely come at a steep price. Our sources indicate that the Rockets would be looking for a combination of young talent and draft picks in any potential deal for Green. Names like Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu have been floated as possible trade pieces, along with future first-round picks. But Green isn't the only Rocket on the Bulls' radar. Alperen Sengün, the skilled Turkish big man, is also drawing interest from Chicago's front office. Sengün's unique combination of post moves, passing ability, and developing outside shot make him an intriguing prospect. A Western Conference scout we spoke to had this to say about Sengün. He's got a little bit of Nikola Vucevic in his game. Not saying he'll reach that level, but the vision and creativity are there. If the Bulls could pair him with Vucevic, they'd have one of the most skilled frontcourts in the league. The potential of a Vucevic-Sengün tandem is certainly interesting to consider. Both players have the ability to space the floor and facilitate from the high post, which could open up a world of offensive possibilities for the Bulls. However, acquiring Sengün might be even more challenging than landing Green. The Rockets view him as a cornerstone of their rebuilding process, and it would likely take a Godfather offer to pry him away from Houston. So, what would a potential trade package for either Green or Sengün look like? Now, these are just speculative trade packages, but they give you an idea of the kind of assets the Bulls might need to part with to land either of these young stars. Before we wrap up, let's quickly touch on how these potential moves could impact the Bulls' current roster. Adding either Green or Sengün would likely mean a reduced role for some of the team's young players. Guys like Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu could see their minutes decrease or potentially be included in the trade package. There's also the question of how these acquisitions would affect team chemistry. The Bulls have had their ups and downs, but there's a core group that's been together for a few years now. Bringing in a young, high-usage player like Green could potentially disrupt the existing dynamic. On the flip side, adding a talented young player could be just what the Bulls need to take the next step. Both Green and Sengün have the potential to be franchise-altering talents, and sometimes you have to take risks to achieve greatness in this league. All right, Bulls fans, that's all we've got for you today, but what a show it's been. We've covered Nikola Vucevic's candid comments about the team's future, his evolving role, and his commitment to improving on both ends of the floor. We've also dived into the exciting trade rumors surrounding Jalen Green and Alperen Sengün, breaking down what it might take to bring either of these young stars to Chicago. As always, we want to hear from you. What do you think about Vucevic's comments? Do you believe he should have a larger playmaking role in the offense? And what about the trade rumors? Would you be willing to part with some of the Bulls' young talent and draft picks to land Green or Sengün? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bulls news and analysis. Until next time, keep believing in the Bulls.